Please be seated. Good afternoon. As Chancellor of the University of Manchester, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the University of Manchester and to the splendid surroundings of the Whitworth Hall for this graduation ceremony. In particular, I'd like to welcome our graduands whose hard work and magnificent achievements we are here to celebrate today. These achievements are all the more remarkable given the challenging times that we've faced together these last few years, not only as a community, but as citizens of the world. We're also delighted to see so many friends and family here. We thank you for the support and encouragement you have given to our graduands during their studies, which has been so important to their success. You can be extremely proud of what they've achieved, just like their tutors and members of staff in their schools and faculties. When those of you graduating today decided to study at the University of Manchester, you chose to make your mark on the future, both for yourselves and for the greater good of society and the environment. As the first university in the United Kingdom to set social responsibility as a core goal, we encourage all our students to engage in transformational activities, both in their studies and beyond, to help you stand out, consider your place in the world, and make a difference. Throughout the course of your studies and life at Manchester, you will have gained the skills and knowledge to find success in future years and become responsible leaders of tomorrow. Although you may be glad to see the end of assignments, the planning, research, critical thinking, and writing skills that you have deployed and nurtured will be of great value to you in the world of work or even in further study. The way you have balanced your commitments to academic life with other interests will help you find a work-life balance as your career unfolds. And of course, we must not forget the strong, supportive friendships and relationships you have forged here, which I hope will endure and sustain you for many years to come. Put simply, your achievement in completing your degree cannot be overestimated for its value and the strong platform it gives you to build your career and achieve your goals. As you reflect on your past and make plans for the future, allow yourself to be inspired by the university's motto, Cognitio Sapientia Humanitas. I don't do Latin, I'm sure some of you do. I do Mancunian. And in Mancunian, that's knowledge, wisdom, and humanity. We encourage you to boldly pursue new ideas and share and apply your knowledge and skills to benefit others. With these commitments in mind, you will continue to build on the success you've enjoyed in your studies and make a difference to the world around you. You can be confident that wherever you choose to live, work, and make an impact, the value of your degree will be widely recognized. Manchester is recognized as one of the world's leading universities, placed 28th globally and 6th in the UK in the QS University World Rankings. The last 12 months have seen the university demonstrate our research impact on a local, national, and global scale. Our submission to the Research Excellence Framework 2021, the UK-wide assessment of university research performance, was one of the largest and broadest in the sector. Many of this year's graduates will have been involved in that extraordinary effort. We were delighted with the results, in which overall, 93% of the university's research activity was assessed as world-leading or internationally excellent. Beyond our reputation as a renowned centre of academic excellence and pioneering research and discovery, we are proud of our well-established and recognised success in social responsibility. Earlier this year, the university retained its position as one of the world's leading institutions in the Times Higher Education University Impact Rankings, which rates institutions on their contributions to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This fantastic achievement shines a light on some of our core values and reflects what we can achieve together, delivering benefits for the good of society and transforming lives for the better. We're also delighted to present our 7th cohort of Stellified graduates. Now, Stellify is our program offering students a unique and personalized set of activities to help them develop the distinctive attitudes and attributes of a University of Manchester graduate. Socially responsible, highly employable, and resourceful. We're very proud that so many of you graduating today have taken part in Stellify activities during your time at the university. During your studies, you have all, in your own way, enriched and contributed to the University of Manchester and have helped shape the future for those who will follow in your footsteps. The university is changing and will continue to change for the better because of you. So today is just as much about honouring you for this valuable contribution as it is for your success in your studies. Armed with your academic success, your skills, and your breadth of experiences, there is every reason to be positive about the future. Your job prospects, having studied here, are enviable, because employers all over the world recognize the value of this piece of paper that you will soon be holding in your hand. Obtaining your degree is a huge, important milestone, and you should celebrate your success. But this is the beginning of the journey, and your association with Manchester will not end. The return on your investment continues beyond today's celebrations. Our career service is there for you to offer you help and support for 3 years, and you can continue to make good use of our world-class libraries. The Alumni Association will help you to remain in contact with the university, but also links you with a community now of more than 500,000 Manchester graduates living and working across the globe. As alumni, you can help future students in so many ways, as ambassadors of the university, student placements, employment, and directly in the development of the university, which is vital to its future. So we sincerely hope today will not be your last contact with the university, and remember, our doors will always be open to you. I'm now pleased to introduce today's inspirational speaker. Emily Turvey, the Faculty of Humanities officer. Emily has recently graduated in history from the University of Manchester and leads our educational representation work in the Faculty of Humanities. In this role, she advocates for students and with senior teaching and learning, academic and professional services staff across the university and schools. It's one of the largest of the 3 faculties. She's written for the student newspaper. Let's hear from Emily. Emily Turvey.
I'm honoured to be standing here today with you, celebrating such an important and special day. It's been a long road to get here, with many hours worked, words written, and assignments submitted, but you made it, so congratulations. For many, today is the end of a chapter, and the opportunity to celebrate your amazing academic achievements and, of course, your degree. I also think it's the opportunity to reflect on everything you've learned and gained during your time here in Manchester, whether that's the niche society you joined, the student event you helped organise, the local organisation you volunteered for, or the part-time job you worked during your studies. These are the experiences which, along with your degree, you have gained skills and friends for life from. These are also the experiences which your future self and employers will thank you for. As we all know, our generation has been faced with unprecedented challenges. It has not been easy to have achieved all of this. It's been a challenging time to be a student, particularly against the backdrop of a global pandemic and the current cost of living crisis. Yet, despite everything, you have made it through to where you are sat today, so congratulations again on your amazing achievement. There are, however, other more light-hearted challenges of being a student at the University of Manchester that you might have conquered during your time here as well. Successfully navigating the Samuel Alexander building, waiting in the queue for less than 5 minutes, queue for Pret for less than 5 minutes, finding a seat in Green 3 in the library, or seeing Boombox Barry before you hear him coming down the Oxford Road. Although these experiences didn't get you any credits towards your degree, when you look back on your time in Manchester, I'm sure these will be some of your key and special memories. Congratulations on becoming an alumni of the University of Manchester. There's over 500,000 of us, so plenty of networking potential, particularly on LinkedIn. But in all seriousness, today marks the occasion that you join a global network and community of like-minded, conscientious, empowered graduates who are ever connected to and were made in Manchester. Thank you.
Chancellor, colleagues, graduates, and your families and friends, this is a happy day. I'm Camden Reeves. I'm a professor of music, and I have the privilege of being the Director of Teaching learning and student experience for the School of Arts, Languages and Cultures. I'm delighted to join in these congratulations to those of you graduating today on your success in obtaining your degrees, and to be able to do so back in this wonderful setting of the Whitworth Hall. It's great to be back in here. Colleagues in the school are extremely proud of what you have achieved in such unusual and uniquely challenging times. We hope that you found your time here intellectually and academically stimulating, because whatever else studying for a degree gives you, the experience should have been one where you found yourself both challenged and inspired. I want to express my enormous gratitude to the colleagues in the departments for having provided you with that experience. For many of you, I have no doubt it will have transformed your lives, although some of you might not know that yet. This ceremony brings together students from a number of different disciplines within the school, but I want to take the opportunity to point out at least a few highlights from within that range. Many of you today are graduating with degrees from creative subjects, drama, film, music, subjects which have a very long tradition in Manchester. Music celebrates its 130th anniversary as the first such taught course in the UK this year. All of these subjects reflect the university's ongoing commitment to these areas in many ways, but one way would be by recently raising the Creative Manchester initiative to the status of a research platform, establishing creativity and innovation as key university-wide focus. Those of you graduating with degrees from art history and cultural practices benefited enormously from being taught in a university and a city that are bursting with creativity. Not many universities in the world can boast two important museums, such as the Whitworth and the Manchester Museum, or a globally leading library, such as the John Rylands. Manchester was also one of the first universities in the 19th century to offer a degree programme in history, and likewise classics, ancient history, religions and theology. These have a long tradition here too. Today, these departments go from strength to strength, most recently witnessed by classics coming top in the UK in the Research Excellent framework. The Egyptology MA is a pioneer in distance learning delivery, which may become a bigger part of our lives in general as we go forward. And religions and theology are the home of several leading research centres, such as the Centre for Jewish Studies. Whatever aspects of the arts and humanities you have studied, what arguably unites you is an interest in what makes us human, the creation of identity, and what it is to be part of humanity. Graduation is also a moment to celebrate distinguished achievement. And students this year have produced some truly outstanding work, and I'm pleased to announce the following prizes. So, first of all, the prize for the highest overall average mark in MA Classics and Ancient History goes to Judith Hendriksma. The prize for the highest overall average mark in MA Egyptology goes to Catherine Howe. The prize for the highest overall average mark in MA Film Studies goes to Heather Harrison. The prize for the highest dissertation mark in MA Film Studies goes to Victor Rakowski. The Manchester University Press Prize for the best dissertation in 2022 also goes to Victor Rakowski. The Hilda Lofthouse Prize for the highest overall average mark in MA History goes to Alicia Heitmar. The Hilda Lofthouse Prize for the highest dissertation mark in MA History goes to Sally Maddox. The Gil Wright Prize for the highest dissertation mark in MA Heritage Studies goes to Eloise Turner. The Helen Rees Leahy Prize for the highest dissertation mark in MA Art Gallery and Museum Studies goes to Oberwen Chen. The Lorraine Lim Prize for the highest dissertation mark in MA Arts Management Policy and Practice goes to Ella Pound. The Hargreaves Prize for the best overall performance in Muzem music goes to Faith Thompson. The Proctor Gregg Prize for the best overall performance in Muzem composition goes to 3 people: Louise Chandler, Cameron Naylor, and Vinthia Perimpanathan. The Bernard Jackson Prize for the highest dissertation mark in Jewish Studies goes to Kerry McCall. The Leonard Hasser Memorial Prize for the highest dissertation mark in MA Religions and Theology goes to Ellen Tench. And finally, the Social Responsibility Master's Thesis Prize for Religious Studies and Social Responsibility goes to Libby Jackson. Okay, on a more practical note, the school's web and social media officer has asked me to remind you to use hashtag SalkGrad and hashtag UoM graduation on Twitter and Instagram to show us what you're up to today. And you can also follow us on @UoM Salk Students for live tweets. After this ceremony, this is the important bit, I invite you all to join colleagues and your fellow graduates for a reception in the graduation marquee. You can't miss it, outside the University Place and in front of the Williamson Building, where refreshments will be served. Now, as you receive your diploma, you now enter a new phase in your relationship with the University of Manchester. This is not the end. We very much hope that you will continue to be an active part of the extended community of alumni and supporters, to nurture an interest in the life of the university and the students who are going to follow in your footsteps, to take pride in the collective achievements of this great and noble institution. The loyalty, support, and goodwill of our students are the foundation of our future. Please keep in touch with us and visit us when you are back in Manchester, but I know that some of you will be staying. We wholeheartedly wish you happiness and success in both life and work. Thank you.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Lisa Magdalena A. Brune. Sheila Deval Madsen. Hong Shuao Fan. Caleb Wayne Gordon. Matthew William Hitchcock. Also graduating with a President's Doctoral Scholar, Catherine Morley. Christopher James Rhodes. And for the degree of Master of Arts, Art and Gallery and Museum Studies, Rowan Aplin. Cameron James Argo. Corinne Georgia Atkinson. Louise Clotilde Boussière. Helena Louise Sweezy Burniston. Ubawen Chen. Sean Cooper. Victoria Jane Davies. Joanna Gammon. Connor William Gillespie. Lucy Sarah Green. Kate Hazelden. Adela Alisa Hawley. Leah Evelyn Higgs. Ka Yan Kum. Victoria Charlotte Lane. Jasmine Chin Yui Lau. Molly Catherine Osborne. Eleanor Shenton. Ruo Yao Tang. Jaiyu Xia. And in Arts Management, Policy and Practice, Noor Ali Mohammed Al-Muroki. Rebecca Mola Anston. Megan Louise Birchall. Melanie Brown. Fleur Grace Brotherton. Niamh Byrne. Amy Leah Clark. Yifan Ding. Christine Felizzari. Charmaine Leonie Barnard Findlay. Nicola Grant. Sophie Eleanor Hicks. Megan Kerry. Christopher Richard Lee. Mingzhu Liu. Arisha Jane Marsh. Rebecca Piper. Billy Sanderson. Max Thomas. Shueri Wang. Tinke Wong. Shunzi Wang. Megan Jade Waterworth. Lauren Siobhan Wiley. Yunshuang Xu. Jade Ashley Young. And in Classics and Ancient History, Madeline Louisa Ando. Louis Day. Paula Jo Gaskill. Noah Graham. Judith Anne-Marie Hendricksman. Molly Elizabeth Rose Lacey. Jamie Mattinson. Fabian Newton Edgar. Shannon Lee Oliver. Chloe Povey. Lawrence Michael Smith Ayres. Charles Swinfen Green. And in Egyptology, Melissa Morano Arigema. Hannah Marie Englishby. Jennifer Jane Ferguson Price. Vanessa Jane Foote. Joshua David Halverson. Kerry Aidan Nobbs. Jennifer Smith. Hilary Barbara Wilson. Zi Hang Wong. Gerrit Serhausen. And in film studies, Estelle Marie Ball. Alicia Fryer. Matthew Halliday. Heather Amelia Harrison. Abigail Olivia Kate Hilton. Alfie William Lumsden. Jake Philip David Ruding. Tom Casper Smith Wrench. Alex Elizabeth Stewart. Anthony Kevin Lee Ward. And in Heritage Studies, Scott Francis Backrath. Pagan Boydell. Rowan Fitzpatrick. Gabrielle Mary Elizabeth Harrison. Teresa Theodora Adelaide McNabb. Eloisa Jade Turner. And in history, Nancy Rose Adams. Sukhman Kaur Baines. Lucy Bath. William Bennett. Eva Bevitt. Charlotte Elizabeth Bostock. Rebecca Elizabeth Ann Boulton. Dana Nicole Britton. Samuel James Cressy Byrne. Kane Joseph Carlyle. Thomas George Charles. Joshua James David Eardley. Zachary Alexander Gray. Jaden Lewis Miles Haynes. Alicia Louise Heitmar. Abigail Kate Jackson. Millie Jacobs. Courtney Lee Jones. Sally Beth Maddox. Joseph Maron. Halima Harun Master. Kerry Jean Davy McCall. James Newman. Frank Page. Elizabeth Parsons. Gabrielle Claire Pierce. Benjamin Thomas Poulton. James Thomas Pritchard Wood. Grace Sanford. Jeevan Kaur Sangera. Aziza Fatima Shah. Neela Stoiber. Max Christian Story. Maximilian Hugh Oscar Tami. Jack Kyle Ulyat. Matthew John Williams. Bethany Williamson. Stanley Patrick Winteridge. Lauren Michelle Wolfe. Isabella Charlotte Wood. And in playwriting, Juditha Amato. Imogen May Chillington. Lauren Maisie Ellis Stretch. Liam Matthew High. Matthew Lewis Skelton. Emily Yoko Walborn. Emily Grace Whitaker. And in religions and theology, John Alexander Little. Katie Jane Stanley. Ellen Claire Tench. And for the degree of Master of Music, Composition, Electroacoustic Music and Interactive Media, Louise Margaret Chandler. George Morley Edmondson. Jacob Kirkpatrick Parry. Kei Zhu. And in composition, instrumental and vocal music, Laura Ann Boylan. Daniel Joseph Brennan. Adnan Marafi. Winja Perinpanathan. Sarah Elizabeth White. And in music, ethnomusicology, Isaac Jacob Martin John David. Sharissa Lee. And in music, musicology, Carl Carrington. Robert James Gleason Mark. Isaac William Milhofer. Lorna Rachel O'Brien. Tristan William O'Leary. Faith Sophie Beatrice Thompson. Ung Yan Sin. Postgraduate Diploma, Art Gallery and Museum Studies, Catherine Mary Malcolm. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Ancient History with honours, Thomas Nicholas Day Lewis. Alexandra Pringle. Jessica Ranson. And in Ancient History and Archaeology, with honours, Thomas Cullen. And in archaeology with honours, Antonia Patricia Michaela Franklin. And in Classical Studies with honours, Phoebe Rose Imrie. And in Classics with honours, Jasmine Shackle. And in Drama and Film Studies with honours, Polly Jane Cunningham. And in Film Studies and English Literature with honours, Alice Stanley. And in History with honours, Anya Athwal. Trinity Atlanta Parves Ballantyne. Mia Denman. James Patrick Othen. Franklin Dominic Temple Roche. And in Modern History with Economics with honours, James Ganguly. Donaldo Hodja. And in Music and Drama with honours, Georgina Harold Moss. And in Politics and Modern History with honours, Sophie Lennox. Charles Marden. And for the degree of Bachelor of Music, Music with honours, Elizabeth Joy Calvert. Deniz Sinan Dortok. And in Partnership of Theological Education, Luther King House, for the degree of Master of Arts, Contextual Theology, Naomi Ann Howardine. And for the degree of Master of Arts, Art Gallery and Museum Studies, Elizabeth Pamlidu. BA Drama and Film Studies, Olivia Cray. Bachelor of Music with honours, Samuel Williamson. Sigrun Sabiha Sahin Igrek. Master of Arts, Management, Politics and Practice, Claire Grolias. Master of Arts, Egyptology, Bernardo Henrique Brazil. Master of Arts, International Political Economy, Agur Aluo. Finally, Museum Studies, Adela Alisa Hawley.
You are now part of a lucky few who have received a university education. For there are many people across the world, and even closer to home, who aren't afforded this transformational opportunity. You carry the hopes and wishes of more than 60 million of your fellow citizens and many, many more millions worldwide. Let me tell you this, though. Success is not a result of spontaneous combustion. You must set yourself on fire. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. And if you don't define yourself, someone else will do it for you. So when I told my son that racists hate me for no reason, he said, "Dad, give them a reason." You know you will be treated unfairly at times, but that will teach you the value of justice. You know that you will suffer betrayal, but that will teach you the importance of loyalty. You will at times feel lonely, but that will teach you not to take those around you for granted. You will never stop learning. Now is a time to reflect on what you have achieved and those who helped you achieve it. I'll start with those in this place who have taught you, guided you, examined you, and tested you. Those who clean after you, those who support the great learning in this place, and those who work invisibly to ensure that you can focus entirely on your study. They don't do it for money. They don't do it because they have to. They do it because they believe in you. They believe that you will be the greatest generation this world has produced. Please join me in thanking the incredible staff at the University of Manchester. Then there are those who have given so much of themselves to get you to this point. Your parents, your friends, your families, your supporters, many of whom are with us today, and of course, the many more who were unable to be here to share this special occasion. The only way that I can get my children to come to me is by turning off the house Wi-Fi. The last time I did that, one of my kids started talking, and I didn't know who he was. Perhaps you don't recognize it just yet, but you would be nothing without those who surround you every day. They have stood by you through thick and thin. When they could have bought themselves some luxury or taken a well-earned break, they paused and committed what they had to you. Like me, in their wallets and purses, they have photos of you where their money used to be. They have the scars of your childhood and teenage tantrums and the many challenges that they have supported you through, each of them making you the unique person that you have become. Graduates, would you please stand? Please turn to your supporters, to your family, to your friends, to the staff of this university, and show them your appreciation with as much noise as you can. Stay standing, if you will. Guests, supporters, if you can, would you please stand and congratulate your graduates. Please stay standing as I leave you with this final thought. Some days, you will be the statue. On others, you will be the pigeon. I ask that you stand up for what is right, that you fight only for moral reasons, that you sacrifice and care for your families and your neighbors, that you look after those weaker than you, especially those seeking refuge from suffering. I ask that you build great things, make massive technological advances, explore the universe, cure diseases, enrich our culture, and be the world's greatest artists whilst you reach for the stars, aspiring to intelligence rather than belittling it. Look for the truth, and you will find the truth. And remember, the only ceiling to what you can achieve is the one that you create in your own head. Remember, this place, this time, but now change the world. I wish you every success and happiness in your future lives and careers. I now declare the ceremony closed.